All right, I'm going to load a few of the doors that I gave you and show you what they do, and so you can choose if you want to use them or not. And then I'll do the windows after that. So I'm going to go to load family, and I'm just going to navigate to the files I gave you, and I'm going to load the opening instance, the opening type, and the single flush variable door swing. Click open. Might need to upgrade a couple of them, but that's all right. I'm going to go to my plan 1, and I'm going to window tile, and let's zoom distance for both. And I'll zoom in here, and I'm going to place a few of these doors. So if I go to architecture door, right, I'm going to go to the opening type, and I have a 2'8" by 7 foot, so I'll place that sort of over here, and it will click that guy in there. So I'll place 3 of those so you can see them appearing in 3D. Then I'm going to go to the pull down, and I'm going to pick the opening instance. I know you can't see that, but it's there, so I'm going to click it. And now I'm going to place over here on this side 3 of those. You're going to notice something when I click that I get these little blue shape handles. We'll talk about that in just a second. Now, this is an instance. The width and the height are instance parameters on these, and the width and the height are type parameters on these. So what that means is if I come to this door and I go to select it and I go to edit type, the width and the height are in here. And if I want to change this, let's say suddenly we wanted, 9-foot doors instead of 8-foot doors, instead of 7-foot doors. You could come in here, and if you had, 60 of these placed in your model, you could rename it to 2'8" by 9, change this to 9 feet, click OK, and all of those doors would update to 9 feet of the same type, right? So that's often why the size is associated with the type name. Now this is an instance, right? So you'll see that the height and width come up over here, and I can change them over here. So I could change this to 10 feet, right? And now that one's 10 feet, and that one is still 7, even though they're the same type, right? So it says opening instance, opening instance, opening instance. This one has opening type and then the size, right? So if I pick these in plan, they actually give me little arrows where I can pull them. So an instance parameter allows for more flexibility. You can also go into elevation, typically any orthogonal view. So if I go to my east elevation, it will give me handles to pull it here, right? Okay. You still have to change the height over here. Now these do not, because it's a type parameter, and that has to be changed in the edit type dialog box. So these tend to be more flexible. But if you just wanted an opening where you didn't have to worry about turning off anything, you just wanted a hole that would schedule as a door, so you know what the doors are, then you can use these. The other thing I like about them, some people don't like these. They have generic model openings. But I like it because if you choose to come in and flip it out for another door, so if I come in and flip this out for a single flush door at some point, it will just flip out, and you could choose all of them. So like I could come in, and if I undo that, I could select this, right click on it, select all instances in entire project, which are those right there. And then I could flip those out for like a single flush 36 by 80 door. Right, and they would all update. So with the generic model opening, you can't do that. So I kind of like this. Now this brings up another point. There's the out-of-the-box door from Revit. So if you use the stuff from Revit, it ends up looking very residential and suburban. So I would suggest not doing that. A couple other options that you have for openings under the Architecture tab. You have an opening by face, by shaft. You have wall opening, or vertical opening. So if I went to wall opening, I could actually just pick this wall and draw a rectangle on it, and it will give me an instanced rectangle right there that's just a hole in that wall. Now it's not a window, and it's not a door, and it doesn't schedule like a window and a door, but it is very flexible. So most flexible, least defined. Flexible, more defined as a door at least. And then really more powerful in an iterative and editing kind of way as a type. So super instance, instance, and type. Okay.